Hey, everybody, welcome to the Lund Loop Daily Update for Tuesday, June 16th, 2026. I know I said I wasn't going to announce the day or the date anymore, but sometimes I might. It'll be like a little bonus. So I want to talk about something right off the bat, real quick, before we get into the market, the state of the market. I had a friend, I would call him a friend online friend, never met in person, but someone that has a fairly big newsletter service. And he said, "Hey, why don't you check out my Discord? I'll give you access." I said, "All right." So he gave me access. And oh my goodness, oh my golly. A couple things. First of all, as soon as I got in there, I was swarmed by imposter bots. I thought I had a problem in the Lund Loop with imposter bots. Oh my, I mean, I'm talking like 11 of them hit me up right away. And I was just like block, 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 block. Then I got into the main channels and looked around, and I have to tell you, it makes me so uh I don't know what the word is. I shouldn't say proud. I know the Yiddish word is nakas, right? The Lund Loop community gives me such nakas, which is pride, because what a dumpster fire. I mean, the poor guy spent so much of his time in moderation, people complaining, people freaking out, people just being insane inside of the Discord. And the thing about our Discord that I love is it's just so chill, like everybody is polite. People aren't like speed posting. There's not a bunch of crap, and it's just so nice. It's such a nice environment. So I just want to thank everybody that is in our trading room for making it that way. It's really special, and you don't realize how special it is until you see other examples of it, and you just go, I needed a shower afterwards, like a wire brush, and it's like, So, all right, let's talk about Catalyst. What is the next big catalyst for this market? Not only just for all-time highs, but maybe for the next leg up. Well, it's kind of a trick question, and here's why. You never really know what the catalyst is going to be. People think they know what the catalyst is going to be, and that's where you get into the prediction business, and that's where you're looking over this way, and then you realize that it was over here and you missed it. Great example of that was when the market bottomed. Was it 2022 or 2023? I can't remember. That was such a traumatic market. I forgot. But it was right after I wrote that post that said 9 reasons we may have bottomed this week, 2 of which were that Kramer cried on the air. When the market bottomed there, nobody thought that housing stocks would rip for a year. We had high interest rates, high inflation, high mortgage rates. There was nothing on the horizon, no catalyst that made us think, oh, maybe housing stocks will be the thing. So catalysts are kind of a red herring. So I would rather reframe it. So what's the environment that could give us the opportunity to go to not only new highs, but like to have an extended run over the next few months, maybe even a couple years? I think there's some interesting data points that are coming out right now. First of all, so far, SpaceX doesn't seem to be tanking the market. In fact, there seems to be an appetite for SpaceX. Another thing that I think is important is tomorrow we have the first FOMC meeting with the new head of the Fed. Now, this is a hand-picked Fed chairman by Donald Trump. Like him or don't like him, you know that Donald Trump is pro-stock market, pro-business. Now, how much influence does the chair of the FOMC, the head of the FOMC, have over the whole FOMC? Well, I would say they have a significant amount. The point is, there's kind of a bid there, right? There's kind of a perpetual bid, or you could say maybe it's a perpetual call on the market. So with that environment in place, I think the next thing we look at is a piece of data that I've been talking about for a while. And JA Trader was kind enough to post something from my friend Mike Zaccardi about record cash on the sidelines. I mean, record cash on the sidelines. And you remember, every month there are big inflows into the market from 401k plans like there never have been before. And so I think there's also the other thing we have here, the other dynamic is there's still people that got out here and have not gotten back in on this run. I think there are people that got out here that have not gotten back in on this run. I think there's a lot of cash that's been piling up on the sidelines in addition to new cash coming in all the time. And that could be the, we'll call it a catalyst within an environment that is very receptive to higher highs. Now, that doesn't mean we can't correct tomorrow. That doesn't mean we can't have a 5% correction, 10% correction. What I'm saying is, if we're looking down the horizon, I would say we've got here till the end of the Trump presidency for that potential crazy late 1999s market, the type that I was talking about with the generational wealth project. And if that's the case, you ain't seen nothing yet. Not saying that's what's going to happen, but we're keeping our mind open to possibilities so that we don't miss them when they show up. All right, let's go through all the charts today.